Hey guys, this is Robert Wasman. I'm just your friendly neighborhood bud tender with Jrev Media, and I'm down here with Jedidiah. Man, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. So tell people a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What drives you?
Well, we're here at Washington State Capitol here in Olympia, and I think a lot of that is what I'm known for, being pretty active in the community, getting my feet wet and dirty inside of the policy arenas, and trying to be a voice for sensible policy inside of this process as we go forward.
So what was the catalyst for you? Legalization happened, right? And everybody just threw their arms up in the air and they were like, all right, we won, we're done. But what made you realize, like, no, we're not done?
Yeah, so I got so involved in the process that I got hyper educated, and the thing that inspired me was actually the ban that my city council, when I was living in the city of Yakima over in Eastern Washington.
And that was a win, right?
Well, eventually, let's see, 2.5 years, almost 3 years after they passed the ordinance. Originally, the ordinance said that, it banned 502, right? It said no production, sales, and then it said use. Right?
Oh.
And then it said medical as well, right? So the original ordinance was so regressive that it basically said you can't have cannabis inside of our city limits.
It basically nullified the state law of allowing it.
Right.
Okay. What would you like to see change? I mean, as far as the patchworking is concerned, is there any permanent fix that you see into the future?
I don't think there's any permanent fix when it comes to policy, right?
Yeah.
So every choice and action we make has a list of unintended consequences. Mm-hmm. We have a set of intended consequences that we'd like to have happen. But so I think that no matter what we do, there's always going to be something that happens, which means we should stay engaged, right?
Yeah.
And we should stay engaged in the entire thing.
So if Yakima was one of your successes,
yeah, thanks,
right?
Yeah.
What's next on your list? You check Yakima off. What's your next checklist?
I wish I had like a checklist that spanned like these decades,
Yeah.
I crafted a pilot program, and I haven't really approached too many legislators other than just kind of floating the idea by them.
Yeah.
But it would be a pilot program that would basically give ownership to 70 or so municipalities of ability for them to enter into dispensing cannabis, similar to the city of North Bonneville.
Okay.
So the city of North Bonneville is actually the nation's only publicly owned cannabis dispensary.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Right.
Yeah.
They're cool people.
So you're trying to set that up, or try to start a program that will allow certain municipalities to set that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for those industry folks that are watching, I know you're puckering right now. You're like, wait, what? I'm not trying to advocate for an interruption on the free market. I'll just say that straight,
But you're trying to make sure that we have access, or at least those who need it have access.
That's the way to frame it, exactly. Thank you so much, Rob.
Yeah.
So it is about safe and adequate access, which is what 502 pretty much was framed around.
Yeah.
Safe and adequate access, and a change in how we deal with policy,
Yep.
in criminal. So it's decriminalization, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the pilot program would look at cities just like North Bonneville, around 1,000 population. So I put up to 5,000 population as kind of a earmark of an idea,
Mm-hmm.
like where I want to put that. And then, not to have a retailer within like 15 miles or something like that, right? So
Okay.
It's really about the community, servicing that community, not blocking or competing with.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect to see it in Seattle, but you might expect to see it in somewhere like Yelm.
Yeah, that's a really good example. There's a lot of cities all over the state that are really good examples.
You won the Dope Cup for your
yeah.
activism. How was that? How was the night for you? Did you feel welcomed by everybody?
Yeah, well, first, thank you. Thanks for the recognition, and thank you to the community and everybody that voted for me. I appreciate you. It's kind of fun to like drive that thing on social media,
Yeah.
like vote for me. So yeah, I mean, I had a great night. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see the Dope Cup. Thanks Dope for sure. They do a great job. They put something amazing on for the community.
Yes, they do.
This was their 5th year. Specifically, it was my 3rd year to be nominated. So I was like, man, I really want to win this year.
Yeah.
There was a part of me that was like, oh. So
always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
totally. Like, I'll just recycle this suit, you know? Like, no, I had a really good time. I was really amped to be nominated again. I mean, it means something, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, to be my fellow nominees, like, those are some amazing colleagues, like Kevin Oliver, Danica Noble, and Danielle Rosellison. Like,
this is some big names to be up next to.
Yeah. Danielle and I go back to pre-502. I met her at one of the first business mixers that we ever went to in Seattle.
Where can everybody find you and watch what you're doing?
Yeah, for sure. So personally, you can contact me through Facebook. I have a public profile and the personal profile. You can at CannaAdvocate, and then that's also on Twitter and Instagram. And then LinkedIn, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I also have Higher Influence Productions.
Nice.
So Higher Influence Productions, Jedidiah at higherinfluenceproductions.com.
Perfect.
And then we just have a lot of fun. I'm not that hard to find. You can Google my name. It's really weird when I do it for myself. I'm like, whoa. But I try to be a good representation for the community. And if you guys have any input, just let me know. I'm all ears.
Awesome. Thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
Guys, and make sure you check Jedidiah out as soon as you can.